Your granny used to say you can plant corn and yam, right? So you have a car that's dirty, you have a piece of furniture that's very dirty and they wipe their finger through it. No man, this so dirty, you can plant corn, you can plant yam. And I want to talk about planting corn and yam in my rant. What am I talking about really? You think it's literal corn and yam I'm talking about? It's a rather peaceful day. It has been a peaceful weekend, and just sitting here looking at the storm rolling through, looking at the waves rolling in, it brings a lot of thought, a lot of reflection and introspection. And in Jamaica we have a saying, when you go to someone's house, well, not even go to someone's house, but when you have an article that is particularly dusty, your granny used to say you can plant corn and yam, right? So you have a car that's dirty, you have a piece of furniture that's very dirty and they wipe their finger through it. No man, this so dirty, you can plant corn, you can plant yam. And I want to talk about planting corn and yam in my rant. What am I talking about really? You think it's literal corn and yam I'm talking about? I will not say a few months ago, maybe over a year ago, another of my Mad Hatter type schemes took a hold of me. I'm always scheming and doing something ridiculous in some people's eyes. And one of the things that I've taken to doing is downsizing. So I have been going through my stuff and I've given away quite a bit, especially since we've been on a little bit of a go slow worldwide. So I had more time on my hands to do some stuff. And especially since I'm not in a 9 to 5, if you haven't watched that as yet, go check the video. So I had some more time on my hands and I have been going through some of my stuff, especially my books. And this year alone, early up in the year, I gave away over 500 books. Different things, literature, language, Spanish, random stuff. Still have quite a few, but that's besides the point. The real point I want to make, using an example, a personal example, is this. I am preparing to move. Have been preparing to move for some months now, but because of what has happened, things have slowed down. It's a little bit more difficult to find the right home and that sort of a thing. But I started packing up my stuff. And right now, I can tell you that half of my office space, half of my home office space is filled with carton boxes and plastic storage containers. Underneath my bed is filled with carton boxes as well. And I've had these things packed up from about, I would say, April going into May. And would you believe, out of the over 30 boxes that I have packed up, I've only had to go into one box, and that is because that box contained the Spanish books that I needed to teach a course online. And the thought that came to me ever so forcefully is this: if you've had these things packed away for so long, including clothes and shoes, books, household items, craft items, all of those things, if you've had these things packed away for so long and you've not had reason to pull them out and use them, do you need them? Do you really need them? So what I want to talk about, what I want to rant about, is the emphasis that we place on obtaining material possessions that we really and truly do not use. All they're doing is taking up space. They're just there as ornaments, as figurines. and you may have someone out there who can make better use of it. What am I really saying? It comes down to not being materialistic. It comes down to being less of a consumer. I find that this modern day era, modern day society, whatever we want to call ourselves, millennials, whatever we want to name ourselves, we're so obsessed and taken up and, just consumed with getting. So, I'm tired of this TV, I want a new TV. I'm tired of this phone, I want a new phone. I'm tired of this car, I want a new car. I'm tired of this bed, I want a new bed. And we are just consumed with getting all of these things, when we have already. Another thing that we also are consumed with is these big houses. It's one of you. Let's say it's two of you. Let's say husband, wife. Let's say it's a family. Mother, father, 2 children. The point I'm making is sometimes in that big house you have so much space that's not used. And that space, there's a theory. When you have a space, you're going to find something to put in the space. If you don't have the space, you can't put nothing in the space. But we have these spaces that are just not being used. I remember one night I was sitting at a plaza looking at a housing complex, and there's only one light was on in the house, and that would have been maybe the living room where everybody was at the time. And I said, look at that, in the bedroom, them upstairs empty. Everywhere empty except the living room that everybody's in at that particular point in time. Look at your bedrooms. All you're doing them is sleep. And so you go away and you work for how much hours a day? You come back, you bathe, you lie down in the bed for just what, 6 hours? You get up and you're gone again. So the room, the house, the bed, the TV that you're spending so much money on, that you're working so hard to get, you don't even use them. You don't use them. Let's be realistic, you really don't use them. So you buy how many appliances? How often do you use them? You buy how much clothes? Is one body you have, You can't wear everything one time. You buy how much shoes, how much sneakers? One pair of foot you have. You can't wear everything one time. Buy serviceable stuff that you can repeat. You may have a nice outfit for a special occasion here and there, but if you're to be honest, a lot of your clothes in the closet gathering dust. Like when you fold your pants and put it over the hanger, and when you take it on, have that little dust line on it, yeah. And the shoulder them of the blouse and the dresses have that dust line on it, yeah. You're not using them. You're really not. Check your dresser. Oh Lord, check your dresser. How much perfume you're going to wear one time? How many colognes you're going to use one time? How many just there as decoration? How much lotion you're going to use one time? It's just there as decoration. And then guess what? You spend a good portion of your weekend, or whichever time you clean, dusting and rearranging and putting them back to what? Gather dust again. To gather dust again. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to get to a point, and especially this year should have taught us what is really important. What is really important. A lot of things that we have, that we claim that we need, we really don't need it because we're not using it. We're not. We just have it there as decoration. The spaces that we live in, we don't need so much space. But what I realize is that it's a status quo thing. And the bigger the house, the nicer the house, the more successful you are deemed to be. And that is not necessarily true. Success is not determined by how much you have. It's not determined by how big your TV is. This year, if it's not this year, it's last year. I think it may have been last year, just before I traveled for the last time. I gave away 2 settees, maybe 2 full settees. Settee and 2 armchairs for one case, and then for the second one, it was like a really long settee that could even be a day bed. I gave them away. The settee in my house was gathering dust, literal dust. As a matter of fact, I had At that point I had like 3 settees because I had one that I had in the office. I had the armchair to go with it. I had to pull down the long piece long time and throw that away because it was rotten. Someone had given me another settee, and then someone gave me another settee. Because I was gonna pull down the old one, put that one in the office as the day, but it couldn't hold. So I ended up giving it away to someone who could really have used it. But my settee was gathering dust literally, because it wasn't being sat in, it wasn't being used, it was just in the living room as a figurine, not being used. And so the concept that I've had, and sometimes people laugh at me, they say just go and throw away everything or give away everything so, and leave yourself without anything, but I'm not going to give away things that I need. I maybe give away things that I wanted that I'm no longer using, but I'm not going to give away what I need. And if you check yourself, your happiness should not be dependent on what you have. It should be dependent on who you are as a person and what you do as a person. It should not be dependent on your material possessions, because guess what? I guarantee it. You're striving to get this, striving to get that, and as soon as you get it, you want more. Because the happiness fades away from this one. So you want something else. It's like a fix. But trust me when I say to you, take the, what's the word I'm searching for? Stop allowing things to determine your happiness. Things and people. Determine your happiness by who you are and the internal things, your peace of mind, your health, your enjoyment, your genuine happiness in life. Allow those things to determine your happiness. Not sitting looking at a ton of stuff that you're not using, that gathering dust that you're literally planting corn and yam on. And so I just want to encourage you. Take a look around your house. Take a look at your possessions. Take a look at what you're working for. Are you using what you're working for? Maybe not. Is there someone that you, notice I'm going to say this now, someone that you can bless with it, not sell it to? Someone that you can give it to improve their lot? Probably. I use WhatsApp statuses to give stuff away, and trust me when I say, I remember the other day I was giving away something for a friend, and the status wasn't up for even 30 seconds. I had to take it down because right away someone DM'd me and said, me. I don't even want to see a picture of it. I want it. And it was a good quality piece of furniture, and it was not for sale. It was just being given to the person because the person who had it didn't have use for it, needed a space for something else, and so they decided they were going to bless someone with it. Give and it will come back to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. So look around your house. Find some stuff that you're not really using. I hear thunder, rain coming, and need to hurry up. Find some stuff that you're not really using. Bless somebody with it. Lighten your house a little bit. Be a blessing to someone. And that ends my rant. And stop planting yam and corn on your possessions. And we're out.